behind me, we still have leftover confetti on the floor. So it is a true Cultivate event, even if I'm not going to fire off a confetti cannon in our time together. But thank you for joining, friends. Please drop in the comments maybe what Power Sheets cover you have chosen in this launch week, or which one you're considering buying in the next week or so. Maybe we can even help you make a decision if you have not already. Thank you for joining us. Hi, friends. My name is Emily, and even though I am the longest standing member of Team Cultivate, I am excited today in this live to chat with our newest members of the Cultivate community. So if you've been around for a while, you can absolutely stay because I would love your help. But if you're new to Cultivate, maybe you caught the excitement bug this week and aren't even really sure what this launch week is all about, but you want in, you are in the right place. I hope to answer some questions about Power Sheets today, give you a little overview about what they are, why they matter, whether they might be right for you, and answer your questions along the way. Thank you, friends, for chiming in. Our green girls, lucky ducks, because green is actually the one cover that has already sold out, and it truly is. It's beautiful. I love it. I personally am going with Clear Skies. I did not choose it last year. I went with pink last year, so I'm happy to have another chance to use it in 2022. And then just for all you gals who are wondering, this is the natural linen, and it is likely going to be the next one that sells out. So if you have your eyes on natural linen, you may want to head over to the shop and scoop it up before it is gone. All right, yay Team Green and Team Blooms, always a winner in the land of Cultivate. All right, so I mentioned that if you have been using Power Sheets for a while, I want you to stick around because I would love for you to drop in the comments what Power Sheets are to you, why you love them, why you use them. I think that would be really helpful for our newbies who may be totally new to Power Sheets and wondering what they are. You may remember when you first encountered Cultivate and Power Sheets being a little confused yourself. So if you want to drop in some wisdom from your years of using Power Sheets, I know that they would love that, and we would love to hear that too. All right, so at its most basic form, the Power Sheets are a goal planner. They will help you discover, define, and achieve your goals that really matter to you, no matter what they are, big or small. So there's a lot in that sentence and a lot that makes us very distinct from other planners and other goal planners on the market. We have a line from our founder, Laura Casey, that goes, you know those things you've always wanted to do, you should go do them. We really believe that, and the Power Sheets are the way that we can help you do that. So those things you've always wanted to do, Power Sheets can help you do them. So how do we do that? Let's take a look through the different parts of the Power Sheets. First of all, of course, it's a coiled workbook. So it's not some magical, mystical item. It's just a workbook. You may have heard people talking about the covers like we just were, and they are all beautiful. It's fun to talk about them, but on the inside, all of the goodness in there is the same across the cover. So no matter which cover you choose, all of the good work on the inside remains the same across all the covers. So don't worry about that. The first section is called the prep work. Again, when you hear people talking about Power Sheets, you probably hear them talking about the prep work because this is something that sets us apart from your normal like planner, daily or weekly planner, and also from other goal planners too. Because we don't believe that you have to come to us with your goals already defined. We're going to help you do that. So the prep work, the first section, is a series of introspective prompts that will lead you to discover what really matters to you, the things that fire you up, where you want to spend your time, how you want to, what matters to you in the big picture, and almost equally as importantly, what doesn't matter to you, where you don't want to spend your time. Those answers can be equally illuminating and powerful. So it's so freeing once you discover that, and it really can just lead to a whole new way of doing life. So you don't need to know your goals. You don't need to know you don't even need to be able to define what matters to you before using Power Sheets. That is why we're here, and specifically that is what the prep work is for. Another question too is you may wonder, why are we talking about goals in October? Why are we, launching a goal planner in October? And really the prep work is a big part of that. We don't want you to be thinking about your goals just on January 1st and kind of get to that day in the calendar and think, oh, I should have some goals for this year, and then write down a few things or even just put them in your head and not have them really be connected to something that matters to you and something that you're really going to care about a day, a week, a month, 6 months into the year. So we send the power sheets to you in October so that you can receive them in plenty of time to have a period of planning and introspection, looking back, looking ahead. And so by the time December and January rolls around, you're feeling really good, really clear on what's ahead for you, and you have all the time that you need to do that. So if you're wondering why we're here in October, that is why. All right. Once you've completed your prep work, you'll move into your goal setting pages. This is a short little section that once you've defined what matters to you and where you want to head, the goal setting pages will help you actually turn those into goals that you can act on. So you'll feel confident in where you're headed and where you're not headed. And you'll begin to break down those big yearly goals you've set into small, simple action items and short-term goals. When you have clarity, it's so much easier to move forward and to do so with joy and excitement instead of overwhelm and fogginess and all those things that we don't want in our lives. So if you're wondering what kind of goals people set with power sheets, it really runs the gamut. So everything from like kind of your big specific traditional goals like writing a book or opening a business or running a marathon. People do all of those things with power sheets. So it runs from all the way from that to things that are as expansive and open-ended as things like love my family well, grow my faith, make my house a home, things like that. The power sheets and the process is flexible enough to help you no matter what kind of goals that you have. All right, once you've set your goals and have broken them down a bit, you'll move into the bulk of the rest of the workbook, which is the monthly pages. Each month, you'll have a monthly calendar that you can use as you wish. Some people choose to use it for their only paper calendar. That's actually what I do myself. And then a lot of other ladies use it to track something else, like maybe their workouts or celebrating wins that they've had on their goals or little memories like with their kids. Lots of different options of how to use the monthly calendar, even if you like to use a digital calendar or a more traditional daily calendar, something like that. So you have your calendar, you have a few prompts that encourage you to look back and look ahead. This is so helpful to little by little progress adding up. It's really life-giving. And it also helps you pivot. If something's not working, we're not just going to have you keep doing that for months on end. You'll get the chance to stop, to pause, to look at what might not be working and change things up for the next month. And then, of course, in your monthly pages, you have your tending list. This is part of Power Sheets. This is probably the other term you've heard people talking about if you've been around just for a few days. And the tending list is where you get your focus for the month. And isn't that something we all need? It feels so good to know, again, to say yes to some things, no to other things, and to know that you're not doing it all, but you're doing things that move you forward and things that really matter to you. So your 10 list, you're breaking your big yearly goals down into monthly, weekly, and daily action items, and you're tracking them as you go to help give you that momentum and to see that progress adding up. There are a couple of other fun sections throughout the power sheets. We have quarterly refreshes, we have some fun things at the end, but that is the bulk of what is actually in our goal planner. And I would love to hear again in the comments if you have a favorite part of the power sheets, whether you really love the tending list, whether it's the prep work that's your favorite part. Feel free to drop that in. I know our newbies would love to hear that. So as I was going through, you probably heard me say some phrases like little by little adds up, progress, not perfection, change is possible, that you can love your life right now, even as you're working towards your goals. And those are things, if you stick around for a while, you will hear us say over and over and over again, because there's some of the things that we think set our community apart from other goal communities and goal planners. And the other thing is that we really love research. And so you'll hear us talk about neuroscience and other kinds of research. We try to incorporate that into our process in the power sheets to make it even more powerful for you. And one thing that has stood out to us is that research shows that the community you are achieving your goals in really matters. And so when you're in a like-minded community, you go further faster because you can get motivated, you see how other people are doing things, and that becomes normal to you of keep picking yourself back up when things don't work out quite the way you want and continue to take those small steps forward. So whether you buy anything from us or not, we would love to have you, and we really hope that our community is one that helps you grow. So if you're used to the idea of goals being connected with overwhelm and busyness and guilt and like strictness and rigidity, welcome to Cultivate. We do things differently here. We say goodbye to overwhelm, goodbye to pressure. That is why we encourage you to find a focus, narrow things down, and again, be working on something that truly matters to you, not something that just sounds good or that your friend or neighbor is working on. If you're used to goals being only for business owners, no, that is also not how we do things. One of my favorite things about the Cultivate community is that it is very diverse. We have moms, we have employees, we have business owners, we have students, we have retirees, and somehow all of those women find in the Power Sheets a tool that helps them move forward on the things that really matter to them. And I love that. I just think it adds to the richness and beauty of our community when we can learn from people in different stages of life than us. Yeah, so I would love to answer your questions, whether it's about the Power Sheets themselves or about anything from launch week or launch day. But I wanted to just end kind of with reading you something from about that's on our website. It may actually be in the Power Sheets, I'm not sure, but it just kind of sums up who we are and what we do. And that is, women around the world are discovering a new way of doing life. Instead of pressure, they feel freedom. Instead of overwhelm, they feel empowered. And instead of living distracted, they feel their days adding up to something. And that's really what we want for you and hope for you. So I hope if you're a Power Sheets user, you felt that. And if you are not yet a user, we would love to have you join us in the world of Cultivate. All right, I will scroll through. I know Casey is in the comments answering questions as you have them. But thanks for being here, friends, and thanks for adding in your thoughts. Amazing. Oh, thank you, Angela. Wow, Kelly helped you plan your job search effort and you start your new job next Tuesday. Amazing. Okay, I'm just looking through for questions, so feel free to drop them in again if you have them. But you bought your first Power Sheets, Leah. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. People have been raving about, so I'm trying it out. How is the tending list different than a habit tracker? I would say it is very similar to a habit tracker. When I think of habit trackers, I usually think of something that only tracks daily habits. So we do have a daily section of the tending list, but we also have what we call weekly action items and monthly action items that you can write on here and write down. And I would say what is different about the tending list is not so much, in the end, it's just a piece of paper, but what really sets it apart is all that comes before it. So how you've dug into what really matters for you and defined your focus, chosen a focus, committed to it, all that hard work that happens before you even write anything on your tending list or habit tracker. I think that's what really is the biggest differentiator. So I hope you find that when you start using it. All right, let's see what else. Okay, Audrey, you asked about the Little by Little journal, which is an accessory that launched with this collection as well. We debuted last year, but it's back this year because it sold out actually on launch day last year. I'm pretty sure it was very popular. But anyways, you want to know ideas for using the Little by Little journal. So if y'all have them, please drop them in. We also have a blog post about this on the Cultivate site, which is a great resource. But I would say a lot of people use them to celebrate wins. So again, a huge just rallying cry of our community is that little by little progress adds up. But when we actually stop, and it's always adding up, even if we don't notice it, but when we stop to notice it, that gives us so much momentum, so much fuel to keep going, to keep doing those things that can feel hard sometimes. So just jotting down a little win from the day, a great decision you made, a step forward that you took, a conversation you had, whatever it might be, that's a great way of being able to look back and track it. I also know a lot of people who are using them to record things for their kids, like almost like the 1 line a day journal type thing, is to write down little memories with their family, their partner, their kids, whatever it might be. So those are 2 fun ways. Okay, let's see. Kimberly asked, are there wild cards that are only in the printed page pack and not available in Goal School? I don't believe so, Kimberly. I believe that what we've done is taken some of the most popular wild cards from that are available in Goal School, which if you're not familiar with Goal School, it is a online membership that's available to everyone with the purchase of your power sheets. So we've taken the most popular ones from that and printed them in color, sized them for your power sheets so they're ready to go. So not so much that they're unique, but just that they're ready, easy, great option for you instead of having to print them out at home and size them and all that fun stuff. All right. Dawn asked, are the new snap-ins going to stay in the shop? Yes, we expect them to. I believe they're not going to be restocked immediately, but we will be bringing them back. This right here is the wild card snap-in. It's designed to fit a wild card and snap into your power sheets wherever they're most helpful for you. This has actually been a surprise bestseller for us this launch. Y'all are loving this, which I love because I just think it's a really fun product. And then the other snap-in we have this launch is the snap-in bookmark, which I have it somewhere in my power sheets. But this is just really simple. You can use it to mark any particular page that is important to you in your power sheets. Like you could use it for, there's a page where you list all your yearly goals. That would be a great one. I like to use it to mark my next calendar page, since I'm always flipping back and forth between the current month and next month. So if you can move it around, it's super easy to snap in and out. But yes, once those sell out, we will bring them back, but possibly not for a few months. So this is a great time to buy them. All right. Oh, Monique, great question. You asked, will there be undated power sheets for 2022? If so, when will they be available? So those of you who have been around for a while know we have offered in the past the 1-year dated power sheets, which is what just launched today. And those run from January to December. And then we've also offered a 6-month undated version of power sheets. As a entrepreneurial company, we are always trying to make our tools better for you. And so we have retired the 6-month undated power sheets in what was their current form. We have some things in the works, which will debut next year. And we're excited for you to see. We're always trying to make it better for you. But for right now, no plans for an undated 6-month product. So your 1 year is the perfect thing for you to buy right now. All right. Let's see. Okay. Oh, how is Mickey, you asked about the pink bookmark. It's clear. It just has a little pink backer in the packaging. This one's still in the like cellophane wrapping. Probably can't see, but it's clear, just like the wild card snap-in. Awesome. All right, y'all. I promised that I would keep this brief, so we're going to end there. But if you have more comments, you can always hop into our Facebook group or our Facebook page. You can send an email to our customer delight team. They would love to help you make a decision about your launch week order or anything else, power sheets or Cultivate. If you have a specific question for your unique situation, we would love to help you solve that. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting our team this launch week. It truly means so much to us as a small women-owned business. We are just grateful for this amazing community and for your support. And you've all been amazing this week as always. So thank you again for being here. We will see you soon. More celebrations to come. And thanks for joining me. Bye, y'all.